my screen here in just a second. Let's see. And now, all right, great. So you guys should be able to see my screen, correct? Everyone can see my screen. Perfect, perfect. All right, so let's get started. So, as you guys know, market structure is the thing that I like to focus on the most. In particular, because you need to know market structure. It's a must. You know, market structure is going to tell you guys, you know, for the newbies that's on, market structure is going to tell you guys exactly where the market is going to be moving, where you can expect the market, what you can expect to happen next in the market. So you don't ever have to worry about guessing, you know, what the market's going to do. All right. That's how powerful market structure is. It's easy as 1, 2, 3 steps. It's not hard at all. I'm going to walk you guys through each and every little bitty step. And, you know, I'm going to get it started. So when we're talking about market structure, all right, I want all you guys to focus of looking at the big overall picture. Okay. The big overall picture, you need to know the big overall picture so you can know the direction the market is moving in. All right. Now, what I like to do personally, I like to start on the daily charts. Okay. The daily time frame is going to tell you the market's overall bias, where it's generally been moving. Right. For the newbies, you also want to make sure you go over here. This is tradingview.com. You also want to make sure you go over here to the right hand side. Okay. And right click. Make sure your auto fits data to the screen. That way, when you're going to different time frames, it automatically takes you to where you need to be looking at on the chart, right? You don't really want to look at everything all the way back here. It's relevant, but it's irrelevant, right? We want to look at what's currently going on in the market, the current trends that's happening. All right. So first thing, talking about market structure, right? Some of you guys have been on my sessions before. But what is the first thing I like to do when talking about market structure? I like to make this class as open as possible, everyone talking if possible. All right. So what's the first thing that I like to look at on the daily time frame? It's the first thing that I do. Trend, right? Exactly. Right? I'm looking for the actual trend. I'm looking for the direction the market is going to be going in. And how exactly do I do that? How exactly what is the exact thing I like to do in particular to where you guys can go and find the exact trend, right? Line chart. There it is. There it is. Line chart, right? So first thing I like to do is up here, I like to go to the line chart, okay? Now the line chart, right? Just like if you think about an actual trend, okay? When you draw out an actual trend, think about it for a second. If you draw out a trend like this, okay? This over here, it looks exactly like this, right? It's just a little bit more, you probably have a little bit more movements, you know, a little bit more up and downs, but this is a line chart, right? So think about it, right? Obviously, this is a downtrend, right? If I was to put a line right through here, this is a downtrend, okay? So the best spots to sell on a downtrend is at where? Your higher highs, right? I'm sorry, your lower highs, right? At your lower highs, okay? That's on your downtrend. And it's vice versa for your uptrend, okay? So reason I like to look at the line chart is because I can clearly see these lower highs and those lower lows, or vice versa, those higher highs and those higher lows, okay? I like to call them peaks, okay? Those peaks, right? It's just like a mountain, right? I use that example a lot, but it's just the peaks of each mountain before the mountain descends or rises back up. So in this example, right, let's look at the peaks that we have here on this mountain, okay? So we can clearly see we have one peak here, two peak here, three peak, right? Think about a mountain, right? This is, in this particular case, this is an upside down mountain, right? So if we were to take, I like to take a trend line where those peaks are and just take a trend from one peak to the next, and extend this line out just like this, okay? Now, why am I doing this on the line chart? Some of you guys are probably like, man, I don't see it, the candles, I need to see the candles, right? Let me show you why you do this on the line chart. Because if you see, when you switch back to the candles, everything lined right up perfectly, and it looks exactly just like a straight line coming right off those peaks, okay? Right? So if you can't clearly identify the trend based off the candles, use the peaks of the line chart, okay? Now, upon drawing this line, what is the next step? What do I immediately do with this line? Somebody tell me. Clone it. That's exactly right. I clone this line. So I just right click it and I clone it. I don't want to take this line and move it down or move it up. Okay, I just want to clone it straight. And I want to take it and I just want to move it. Okay, now where am I moving this exactly to? I'm going to move it to the opposite end of the peak. So I'm looking for, if these were lower peaks, I'm looking for higher peaks. Okay, now granted, we have these higher peaks here that was originally here. Okay, but we see price is all the way up here. Okay, we see prices all the way up here. So we can't, so we have to follow where current price is at. All right, so we want to get this in a good spot where current price is sort of currently at. Okay, so we can just take this straight up. Can't go here, current price is not there. Current price is not there. All right, and I'm just looking at each and every last one of these peaks. Current price is not there. Current price is not there. Okay, we're getting close. We're getting close, but we haven't got there yet. Right? Because up here, this is a peak, right? Price didn't just turn around for nothing right here. So really, we could go right there to that peak just by looking at it over here. I haven't looked at nothing over here on this side. We could go right here and just take a line to that peak, okay? Now, if this is correct, then we should see wicks all around this area over here to confirm this right here. Let's see if we can get wicks. So I'm going to switch back to the candles. Look at there. Look at how this wick right to this line. It reacted right off this line. So we know this is valid. We know this is now a valid channel, right? Some of you guys call this a channel. I call this boxing in price, right? Your objective for market structure is you want to box in price, okay? You want to make sure you can clearly see what's happening, all right? So let's just take a look. So every time, right, this is basic stuff. Every time price hit this lower area down here, what did it do? What did it do? Were we buying or were we selling? Every time it hit this line down here, right? We were buying, right? It reversed right off of it, right? You guys can clearly see that. So it is safe to say, right? It is safe to say, I'm going to talk about this word fear, right? I feel like the Lord put something on my heart tonight to talk about fear, right? Because a lot of you guys still got fear. And that's normal. It's normal to have fear. But we're going to talk about that tonight too. But it is safe to say every time price comes down here in this area, it reverses. It happened back in October of October 10th. It happened back in September. It happened back in August. Okay? And every time price came up here to this area here, what did it do? It reversed, right? So it's safe to say every time price come up here, it reverses, right? Some of you guys may identify this as resistance. Okay, this could be your resistance line, right? I'm gonna go to some basic stuff too. So, you know, some of you guys may say this is my resistance line, my RES. Okay. Some of you guys may say this is my support line, which is fine. You know, this is your support line, right? If you have to mark up your charts like this and do it, right? Right? This is all this is going to help you out. Okay. So we can clearly say this is our channel on the daily basis, but we have to take in consideration. This is where we have to think. We have to say to ourselves, okay, think for a second. If you know these candles are daily candles, it's going to take a lot of days for this to get down here, right? And chances are we could take advantage of this movement coming down here, right? We know this originally came from the top, so originally it's coming to the bottom, right? We know that, okay? And it's going to keep moving sideways, right? So we know that, right? And this is going to be an entry for a buy to go right back up, right? On a longer term basis, okay? But we want to scale in. We want to figure out how can we take advantage of this market right now, okay? So obviously our directional bias is what? What should we be looking? What opportunities should we be looking for just based off the daily, right? So if we were to come into the market next week, what opportunities do you think we should be looking for, right? The sales, right? And why should we be looking for the sales? We should be looking for the sales because we can clearly see this is heading down to here, right? We can clearly see that. Could it potentially reverse in the middle? Yes, it could. But as of right now, our bias is that it's selling, okay? I mean, look at this, right? Look at how many days, if you know this is daily candles, okay? It's safe to say for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 day, 5 days, 6 days, for the past 6 days, this has been on a downtrend, okay? You have to think about it that way. Think about it. Past 6 days has been trending down, okay? So how can we take advantage of what's currently going on? Well, I promise you the same thing, those little basic rules that we just did here, we can go to something like a 4-hour time frame and we can do the same exact thing. Our bias is still the same, okay? But now if we're selling, we want to find, so we have clearly found the trend. You want to find the trend, find the entry. That is your objective in market structure. You find the trend, find the entry. It's that simple. Find the trend, find the entry. Okay? So on the 4-hour time frame, the exact same thing that we did on the daily time frame, okay? We're going to do it again. So we're going to go back to the line chart and we're going to identify those peaks. Where are they? We have one peak here. Okay, let me change that color. One peak there and one peak here. Okay, so we could take a line right off that. See that? Just like this. And extend that line out. Always extend that line out. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to clone it. And we're going to take it to the bottom. Boom. Drop it. So I'm looking at point here, and point here. Maybe I'll get a wick here. I don't know. Let's find out. Boom. Look at that wick right there. That wick in particular was your indication that this was a valid line. Let me show you. Let's go back to the line chart, right? We did not see that wick right here. That wick is sitting right here, right? Watch here. Watch again. Boom. That is a valid entry. Okay, that is a valid, well, not entry. That's a valid indication that your trend line is great, right? So we know price doesn't move just strictly down, okay? Unless you have some crazy news, like maybe something that happened over here, right? Only time you're going to see prices move in a straight motion. But price moves up, then pulls back. Moves up, pulls back. Moves up, pulls back. Okay? So, here we are. Let's get to it. So, if we know this is trending down, what should we think for a second, guys? What should we wait for? What should we wait for if we know this is trending down? And we want to get the best possible entry. Okay, so Blake says break of support, pull back, right? That's what I was looking for. The pullback, right? A pullback. So for best entry, I want a pullback to the best entry spots. Look, the best entry was off, right? It is safe to say this is a, where's my text? It is safe to say this is my resistance line, right? My RES. That is my resistance line. It is safe to say this is a support line on a shorter time frame. Get it? Why? Because every time price touched up here on this line, it reversed into a sell. Every time it touched down here, it reversed into a buy. Okay? So potentially going into next week, we could potentially, for a shorter time frame, right, on something much smaller, like maybe 15-minute, 1 hour, we could potentially be looking for this buy back up. But the best opportunity is going to be going in line with the trend. And maybe we'll get this sell to come down. Does that make sense? Has everybody got that? That sell to potentially come down. Okay? So let's talk for a second. Okay? Let's talk. So what if this, right? Get to you, Blake. Here we go. Check this out, right? What if this breaks through here, right? Like Blake said, break of support, right? I'm gonna target you, Blake, since you said it. You know, so what if this breaks this support line? What should we wait for? Right? I'm gonna get to my 3 rules. What should we wait for? That retest, exactly, right? That leads me into my 3 rules. What are they? Somebody type them in the chat box. I'll write them on the screen. Well, what are my 3? What are my 3 important rules? Right? I'm gonna abbreviate it. What are my ICC rules? What do I call that? What is the wording for ICC? Anybody know? ICC. What is that? Okay, impulse. Impulse is the I, right? So we got 1. Impulse. There we go. Impulse. Correction. Continuation. There it is. Okay. So those are the ICC rules. Impulse, correction, continuation. Write them down if you don't have them. They're very important. This is going to always happen. This is going to always happen. Impulse, correction, continuation. Right? That's how you can clearly identify a trend. Think about it. Right? A clearly trend, impulse, it corrects itself and it continues. It doesn't matter how you look at the market. It's always going to happen. It is what it is. Okay? So impulse, correction, continuation. So if you see this breakthrough support, okay, which could potentially happen, you wait. You don't go just chasing after those candles, right? Don't do that. Don't do that. Get the best entry for the correction. But guess what? Have I changed my bias? Have I said I'm looking for a buy anywhere in here, right? Besides here, right? I said you could potentially be looking for this buy, but I'm looking for best opportunities, right? I don't like just throwing my money in the market and not getting the highest probability trade sets. You guys want to get the highest probability. Highest probability is going with the trend. Regardless, I'm still looking highest probability. I'm looking for those selling opportunities. I'm just looking for the best entry. I already have my bias, so I'm looking for the best entry. Does that make sense? Right? If that was too much thrown over your head, say I. I'll explain it again. Right? There's nothing wrong with that. Say I. Okay, let's explain it again. No problem. So check this out. Explain it a different way, right? So what am I saying? So basically what I'm saying, okay, is let's start with impulse correction continuation first, right? Let me go to the smaller time frame right quick, okay? So understand impulse correction continuation happens all the time, right? So let's just say if we took, let's say we take this little small downtrend. This is fine, right? Look at how the best opportunities, right? Let's say if I was looking at this on a 15-minute time frame, right? I knew let's just say we knew my trend was down, okay? And I was looking at this on a smaller time frame, right? So I want you to think about this little picture here, but and I'm going to compare it to the bigger picture, right? Check this out. So look at how here on this line was nothing but selling opportunities. The best selling opportunities was where? Point A here, point B here, point C here, and point D here. Look at how all those opportunities came right off this line. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get an entry off the line every single time. No, sometimes price likes to pull right up to it and reverse off of it. But market structure, you need to understand that it is an area, okay? Keynote is an area that you could potentially be looking for a reversal, okay? Very important. Know that. All right. So this area here is where I'm looking for nothing but the selling opportunity. Okay. Because I'm trending on a downward market. These, if I go to my line chart, understand these are my peaks. See, peak, 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 peak. See that? Right? Just happens when I switch back to the candles, it all lines up. All right. So understand this is a big area that this is going to potentially drop. Okay. So let's say if I was to mark this out right here, right? Let's say if I mark, let's say you didn't see none of this over here, right? Let's put it in white. Boom. Let's say you didn't see none of that over there. The only thing you saw was price was down here. So you knew based off of the past what happened. When it got here, what did it do? It reversed and went back up to here, right? So here it is again, it's down here. So you're expecting it to come back up to where you saw your best opportunities for the sales. You're expecting it to come back up to that area and do what it did again. Because I promise you, what happened in the past is going to happen in the future. Understand that. I'm going to show you what I call mirror image, right? So do you understand that, William? Do you understand how we got there? How we got to that? Right? All right, perfect. So let's just take it back out to the 4 hour. And it's the exact same thing. Think about the picture I just showed you. On the smaller scale, this is that smaller picture scale here, okay? But think about it on a bigger scale. On the bigger scale, we're doing the exact same thing. We're expecting it to pull back up to here, right? Let me tell you, I just feel like saying this. But the Lord told me to tell you guys, it's crazy. The Lord told me to tell you guys tonight, right? Fear, write this down. Fear is only effective when you don't expect something to happen. I'm gonna say that one more time because that's strong. Fear, right? Because some of you guys still face this in trading. Fear is only effective when you don't expect something to happen. So let's talk for a second, right? I like preaching, but sometimes I like talking too. Check this out. So how can you guys have fear in these markets when you're expecting something to happen? How can you have fear? If you can clearly see, right? Let me just give you guys an example, right? I'm gonna give you a perfect example, right? Halloween, right? My wife, you know, she came home, you know, with the kids, walked through the front door. And, you know, I was standing behind the door. And, you know, as soon as she walked through the door, I was expecting the kid to come in so I could scare him, you know. But she came through the front door and, you know, I made like a little roaring noise at her. You know, I was like, ah, you know, it's a little bit scarier than that, but, you know, that's a little soft right there. But I was like, ah, you know, and scared her. Okay? But check this out. Do you think my wife would have got scared if I would have sent her a text message saying, hey, babe, I'm behind that front door? Some of that, now that just clicked. That just clicked with some of you guys, right? Some of you guys didn't click. But check it out. If she was expecting me, she wouldn't have got scared. That fear that she had where she jumped back, that never would have happened. So that same exact thing is how you guys have to think about the markets. Plan your trades out. Plan your trades out and expect it to happen. When you expect something to happen, that fear, I'm not saying it's going to completely go away, but guess what? You can overcome it. Right? You can now overcome your fear. Right? So chances are, if you're that person that just runs to the market and you're like, man, I don't know if I should hop in this trade. I don't know what I should do. It's probably because you didn't expect it to happen. But for the people that plan their trades out and plan it like this, like I'm telling you guys, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. Right? I'm expecting it to happen. Right? Let me just give you guys, you know, some of you guys don't believe me. But if you check the YouTube channel, I clearly told you guys, right? I clearly told you guys, I don't know if y'all remember this drawing. Long time ago, right? It wasn't even a long time ago. It was a couple of weeks ago. I clearly did this drawing on Bitcoin. And I said, Bitcoin is going to rise back up to this exact zone, right? I did this about weeks ago. I said it's going to rise up to this zone. And I said it's probably going to fall. I expected that to happen. Granted, I didn't take the trade. I didn't take the trade, you know, because I wasn't around. But I expected that to happen. And look what happened. Why would I have fear for something I drew out and I expected to happen? All right, I'm done preaching for tonight. All right, hopefully you guys got something out of that. Whew. All right, back to the charts. Let's teach. Let's teach and preach. I'm going to start calling my sessions that. Teach and preach. All right. So look, we're expecting this. We're expecting one of these moves to happen because the trend is a downtrend. All right. Understand that the market has to come back and make what I call a mirror image. I'm going to draw a line right through the middle of here, right? So you guys can see this. But do you guys all see, put a line straight down the middle of it. But look how this left side is now, look how the right side is starting to look like the left side, right? See that? The market repeats itself, guys. It repeats itself. Look at this. Look at this. You don't believe me. Look at it. Look if I put a halfway line right here. Look at how this left side, the right side repeated it. Look at how, right here, if I put a line right here, look at this. Look at how this left side looks like this right side. Man, this is crazy. Look at how right here, same thing. Left side looks like the right side. Right here, left side looks like the right side. I can go through my charts all day long. How can trading get much simpler than this? All you're doing is putting a halfway line through it and figuring out the best entry, right? So for some of you guys that can't see it, right, you need a little bit more visual. Fine, I'll show it to you. I don't mind, right? I'll show it to you, right? So let me show you what you're looking for. Potentially, I'm gonna flip it. Flip it, baby, flip it. Okay, look at this. Let's see if I can do it right. Something like this, right? Maybe, I don't know. You know, maybe just a bounce up to here. Okay, kind of incomplete a little bit. You know, I did my bars kind of a little messed up, but yeah, I'll throw this in here. So some of you guys don't judge me on my artwork a little bit. All right, something like that, whatever. So look at how the left side, I'm expecting it to look like the right side. You guys see that? That's what I'm expecting. I want you guys to start, when you go into your trades, I want you guys to start expecting something to happen. Expect that move to happen. Be excited about it. Okay? Be excited about it. Some of you guys don't have excitement in your life. You know, my mentor always told me, be excited about life. Period. If you woke up today, you should be excited about that. Don't you know, guys, don't you know the universe, the not even the universe, don't you know rules of law to attraction? What is law of attraction? Getting those things that you desire in your life, whether it be money, whether it be freedom. I ain't even gonna say whether it be freedom, time freedom. Don't you know the universe gets attracted to when you're excited? When you're excited about life, you attract new things inside your life. Understand that's how the universe works. I can't explain it, but that is how it is. Trust me. I'm a living proof of it. That's how the universe works. Do you think if you were to go to a job, right, and you weren't excited about that job, do you think you're gonna get hired? No, you're not. It's simple. You think if you're not excited about this market, be excited about it. Feel it. The only way you're gonna feel it is if you plan it. If you plan it, you'll feel it. Understand, be excited, period, about your life. Be excited. Start saying this. Look, you guys want to know what I do, right? You guys think I do something super duper crazy, but this is what I do. I come to my charts and I say, GU, I expect you to go here. When you go here, guess what? I'm gonna sell you, and guess what? I'm gonna make money today. That's all I do. I expect you to go there, and once you go there, I'm gonna make money off of you today. And I'm gonna be excited about it. I'm already excited about it. I'm bringing, guys, understand this. I want you to do this too. Right? Gosh, I feel like I'm preaching so much today, but I feel like you guys need to hear this. Understand this. You need to bring what you see in the past, what you see in your future, right? You guys need to start seriously borrowing from your future. You need to bring that energy, that excitement to past tense, present. You need to bring it. You need to bring it right here, right now. If you see yourself in $1 million house, you need to tell yourself you are already in that $1 million house, right? If you see yourself getting your time and your freedom back, you need to already know what it feels like to have your time and your freedom back right now. Be excited, man. Whew. Miguel, they're gonna make me do it tonight, man. I'm telling you. Let's go. All right, so GU, that's what I'm expecting, guys, for GU. All right. Now, understand, GU likes to move the other GBP pairs as well. Okay, GU likes to move the other GBP pairs. So chances are, you know, if GBP USD is gonna drop, you know, chances are, you know, the rest of them are gonna drop. But let's just see, right? Let's just see, right? I'm gonna clear my charts. I'm gonna do the same exact thing, okay? The same exact thing. Now, here on a daily scale, right? We want to look at what's currently going on, right? What's good? You know, we don't have to look all the way back here. We can, but there's really no need. Let's look at here from August 2019, right? Let's look at it. That's fine, right? So we can clearly see this has been trending up. I mean, we can see that. But you know, we're gonna go to the line chart. We're gonna look at these peaks. Peak, 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 peak. Okay. I'm gonna take a line right off these peaks. I like this right here. Okay. Let me connect that one too. Why not? Nah. All right. I'm just gonna do it right here. I like that peak better. Okay. So I'm hoping for a wick right here. Let me see if I can get a wick. Okay, great. Love it. Love that wick. See that wick? All right. So I'm gonna clone this line first thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna clone that backward. I'm gonna take this to the opposite end. Right? I'm gonna probably take it to where I want to take this one to. I want to take it. Obviously, you guys can see this peak here, this peak here. Okay, yeah. Let's just stick with this. Why not? I like this peak. Okay, so check this out. So I'm gonna go back to my candles. Oh, look at that long wick right there. That's nice. I like that. See that? I ain't even no peak. No, didn't even connect the line there. It's the long wick. Boom, hit it right. That's valid. Valid. Yep. I'll get through it. Yeah, sure will. But it's valid. But look, it's the same thing. What did Jeff say? Everything up here, what do you see? Ask yourself, what do I see? I see every time it hit this line, it came down. Every time it hit this line, it went up. So obviously, this is still trending in a downward market. It's still trending in the downward. Maybe you can't see it. Let's go to the small time frame. Well, look at this. That little thing right there, all this, that's peaks. All that right there is peaks. Peaks, 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 peaks. Right? So I'm connecting my peaks. Why not? And after I connect my peaks, I'm cloning that line. Okay? I'm cloning that line. Now, this is why I love marking charts up on the weekends when the market's closed, because you can clearly see peaks. Right? Sometimes it's hard to identify peaks while the market's moving. You know, you may get confused with little small ones and here and there. You know, that's why you want to do it on the weekdays, weekend. Sorry. So here, so I'm gonna just mark these little peaks here. Hopefully, I'll get a wick here, maybe. Let's just find out. Boom, love it. Wick. All right, look at this. This is clearly everything up here. Same thing. It's been trending down, right? And we can actually put this on the 1 hour. Why not? Right? Everything here trending down. Everything here was up, right? This is clearly trending down. I know going into the markets, this is possibly going to fall here, maybe. Maybe, you know, we can stick aside this channel, right? We can do anything in there. We don't know, right? But I know, just based off of what I'm looking at, we can stick inside this channel. Now, if we break of support, like William said, okay, we could break of this support, right? If we do, right, we ain't gonna get a big retest, but just something small maybe here, and keep selling. Regardless, I'm still looking for a selling opportunity. Does this not look like the same exact thing that GU did? It's the exact same thing, right? GA. Go G Swissy. G Swissy, right? Clear this out. Let's go to the daily, right? All right, G Swissy. Woo! Look at you. Look at G Swissy. Swissing, right? Daily chart, line chart. Peak, 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 peak. Gotta love it. Bigger scale. Here we are. Maybe I'll get a wick here. Let's just see. See if this is valid. Oh, valid. That means it's valid. Clone it. Let's go find some more peaks. Line chart. Right? I want to go about right here. Now, question. Why did I choose this spot here and not that spot? Anybody know? Why did I choose this spot and not that spot? Any guesses? Right? There's no wrong answer. I'm gonna bring up my chat box. There it is. Denise got it. 3 peaks. The more peaks that you can connect, the better results you will get. Ooh, I just rhymed. The more peaks you get, the better results you will get. All right. So look, let me show you. Look at all these peaks. But it's the same stuff. It's the same thing. Everything down here, I knew this is my support line. Everything up here, I know is my resistance line. Now, let's just bring this back in a smaller scale, okay? So now that we clearly know that, and we clearly can see this has to come down, okay? Right? And trend, look at the way the trend moves. Up, pull back, up, pull back. Impulse, correction, continuation. Impulse, correction, continuation. Impulse, we got to get a correction for us to get a continuation. Understand? We have to get a correction before we can get a continuation. We have to get that movement like this. All right? Understand that. Understand that. Right? So if we were on a smaller scale, let's go to a 4-hour. Understand, right? I don't even know if you guys can see it, right? I'm just going to take this line out for a second. Okay, I can. Bear with me, guys. All right. Understand, do you guys see, right? This is why I love wicks. Wicks tell a story, it really do, right? Understand, anytime you guys see wicks to the upside, understand there's going to be a fall. Anytime you see wicks to the downside, understand there's going to be a rise. Okay? It may not happen immediately, but it is coming. Okay? Understand, look, wicks to the upside, we fell. Even this wick to the downside, we rose. Okay? Wicks to the upside, we fell. Wicks to the downside, we rose. All right? Understand those wicks. So we have wicks everywhere here. But understand, that's one little hint that you guys can do, you know, your trading. But understand as well, this right here, you guys see that? Okay? Understand that those are peaks too. Understand, oh, you said again. Okay, wicks to the upside. See wicks to the upside, see wicks to the upside, wicks to the upside. That's the indication that this is going to fall. Okay. When you have, think about it like you staking something. If you're staking something in the ground, right? When you stake a sign in the ground, right? The stake is pointing down, right? So you stake it in the ground. Boom. So it can't go any further unless it go on the HE double hockey stick. But we don't usually go that far, right? We ain't going that far. So wicks to the upside is like you upside down sign, and you're sticking it to the sky. It has to fall. All right. But understand that this right here, guys, there's still peaks in here. There are still peaks in here. Let me show you. You guys see them? Right? You can start here. And you can just bring it down. Look at there. Okay? Like that. Right? There's multiple ways. I'm going to show you guys multiple ways. Clone this line right quick. I'm going to show you this way first. And I'm going to show you another way. Right? I'm going to put this about right here. I like peak here, peak here, peak here. Maybe I'll get some wicks here. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, perfect. Okay? So understand, there it is. Right there. You need to know what? This is resistance, so you know it has to fall. Okay? You know it has to break here. Okay? Understand, we could have some movements in here. I don't know what this is going to do. This could potentially do whatever it wants to do. What I'm expecting is maybe come down here a little bit, pull it back up, maybe. If it does, I'll be selling here. I'll be taking a sell. But if this breaks of support, like William said, right? I'm picking on William all night tonight. Like William said, right? Breaks of support. That's our impulse. We wait for that correction. We take that bad boy down for that continuation. We sell it right there. Same stuff, different day. It's the same thing. I swear these GBP pairs man, I don't understand how you don't trade them all. Right? It's like Pokemon. Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all. All right, anyway, let's move on. All right. Some of you guys know what I be listening to. Right? All the GBP pairs move the same. Exactly. All of them move the same. Right? Now, they may not move at the same time. Understand that. Okay? Don't think that you can put in a sell on one GBP pair and put in a sell on all of them. They don't move at the same time, but they usually move around the same time. Okay? So, be careful with that. The keynote. All right, so that's going to be G Swissy plus, if I show you the mirror image as well, right? We wanted to find that mirror image. Okay. It don't look too promising, but, you may be able to draw a halfway line in here. Okay, may be able to do something like this. Flip it. There you go. Maybe something like that. Potentially. Right? Because what happens on the left side has to happen on the right. Okay? So understand that. G Swissy. Looking for the drop. Looking for the drop. Nothing but the drop. Right? Now, if this breaks up to here, right, this is kind of like worst case scenario stuff, but it could happen. If you see these break up to here, no big deal. You wait for the impulse, which is that. You correct it, and you buy it back up. At that point, you just keep buying. Exact same thing we did on this side, we do it on this side. That's how we understand what's going to go, what happened. Yes, it will be. Video will be posted every day before the session. Okay. All right. Change text to flipping steps. Yeah. So flipping steps. You want to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh panel on TradingView. You want to go to where it says bars pattern, and you just want to, click, drag, let it go, right click, flip it. There you go. All right. Go back, watch the recording on that one. All right. That's flipping steps. Okay. G Swissy. Yeah. So GJ, same thing, right? GJ's just run through the rest of the GBP pairs. But GJ, man, this thing looks just like G Swissy, right? Yeah, this nice uptrend. Because eventually, once you guys understand the line chart, use it, you can understand that. What mechanic? All right, let me see something right quick. Hold on, guys. Oh, there it is. Already cloned it. See that? See, I like this. This is nice. Even, some of you guys are using the cloud, right? So look at this, right? I can't really see in this picture. I don't know. Is the cloud expecting the drop? Because once you understand this with market structure too. Once you understand market structure, it doesn't matter what indicator you use. Okay, it doesn't matter what indicator you use. They all tell you basically the same thing. Okay, they're all gonna basically tell you what you're expecting. That's what indicators are for. Indicators are for expecting. It gives you a, how can I explain? It gives you a future vision of what to expect. It still tells you what to expect. That's what it is. Still tells you what to expect, right? Market, we're giving you guys, the market's giving it to you. Everybody's giving it to you, right? You just have to consume this knowledge, and don't just consume it, but consume it and go back and do it yourself. Do your own knowledge. Not do your own knowledge, but go back and, somebody help me out. Go back and, can't even think about the word, but just go back and do the work. Okay, go back and do the work. Good job, Miguel. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, so same thing. GJ, support, resistance, expect to fall. Right. You have a consolidation motion going in here, which is really, it could be consolidation, consider consolidation, right? This is how I was expecting, right? Let me get back to that picture actually, right? I sent you guys this, right? Let's look. See if I can find it. Photos. Maybe I put it in the photo. No, it's not in the photo. Darn it. All right. So I sent that message out. Well, you know what? I actually put it in my phone. Or maybe it's not it. So yeah, everybody received this right here. I said, GJ. I said, I'm back. I'm back, guys. I said, look at it. I said, let's look at GJ. Right? I said, let's look at it. Check it out. I said, boing, boing, boing. Look, this is what I call resistance. This is classic setup. When you see stuff like this, you cannot miss this opportunity. You can't miss it. You can't. Right? And there was actually, there was a picture before that. There it is. Before it even did all that. Look at that. I gotta remark it. Look at this. I said it. I said, look, here, here, here. I said, this is clearly resistance. I mean, it is what it is. It is. I said, this is resistance. I said, this has to fall. I said, mirror image me, baby. Mirror image me. Whoop. I put a line right there in the middle. I said, mirror image me. So this has to fall. I know it does. It just has to fall. Okay? Now, market makers played dirty on some of y'all. Now, I'll tell you what they did. Market makers came, and they said, all right, we know all y'all looking for that sale. We know. We know, right? Some of y'all hopped in the trade early. So we know. That's what they said. They said, we know, right? This is what they did. This is how dirty they are, right? Look at this. I'm going to go back to my regular chart. This is how dirty they are. They're dirty. It's dirty. Look what they did, right? Imagine you didn't see none of that over there. They pushed this candle up. This is a, gosh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm glad I'm about to say this. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I say don't go chasing after fast candles. Do you understand now why you don't chase after fast moving candles? You knew this was resistance. You knew. The market makers said to them, they said, no, we know. They said, we know. This is what they did. Let me show you. Because originally, they showed everybody, I hope you guys can see this. They showed everybody what they thought was going to be an M formation and drop. That's what they showed you. They showed you that. So they knew everybody was going to hop in this trade about right here. And what were they going to do? They're going to put their stop losses right here. Textbook stuff. That's what we've been called, textbook stuff. Right? This is where you guys have to outthink them. They know you're going to do stuff like this. Textbook stuff. Put your stop losses right above the high. We always been talking about that. It's not wrong, but it ain't right either. But put your stop losses right up there, whatever. And some of you guys was like, well, you know what? If it breaks out, I'm gonna put a buy stop right here anyway. So what they did, this is what they did, right? They knocked the stop losses, activated the buy stops, turned the trend around just to go right back down to here. And I wish I would have told you guys, but it is what it is. What do you expect to happen when they get down to here? Well, I don't know, Jeff. What happened last time in the past? Well, right here, what did it do? It rose. Right here, what did it do? It rose. Right here, what did it do? It consolidated, but it still rose. Right here, it's the same stuff, guys. Expect it to happen. You could have took advantage. You could, this week alone, GJ, this is why you want to stay active in the charts. GJ alone, from that time I called that trade, you could have had potential, I don't know, 86 pips going down, 86 pips going back up, and then another, I don't know, 86 pips going down. Somebody add that up. What is that? 86, 86, 86. I suck at math. What is that? What would have been your pips for this week? Trading one pair, GJ, what would have been your pips for the week? Somebody add it up. What's the number? 240 pips. Come on, guys. The market is giving you opportunities. I don't know what to tell you. Some of you guys are like, man, I'm about to hop off Jeff says. This thing going crazy over here. But guys, no, seriously. It is what it is, right? Expect these moves to happen. I didn't trade up but GJ all this week. That's all I did. GJ all this week. 240 pips in 1 week. I promise you guys that could have made you some serious money. That could have made you some serious money, right? They didn't do anything. All they did, market makers, they faked you out for one. But all they did was come right in here, and instead of you issue you that M, you know they issued you? They issued you a nice head and shoulder pattern. That's all they did. That's all they did. Issued you a nice head and shoulder pattern. What would I suggest to stop getting your stop loss hunted? My suggestion is, I'm not gonna say no stop loss. I ain't gonna say that, but I know some of you guys be rolling dirty. I know I got some dirty rollers on this call, but no, I would suggest what you should do in an instance like that. Okay. Honestly, if you entered this trade early, you wasn't wrong. I'm not mad at you. Right? I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for seeing a potential M formation here. But understand, I would have still put your stops here. Okay? Now, don't go crying Don't go crying if you get stopped out. That's my suggestion. Don't go crying if you get stopped out, because that's part of trading. I can't eliminate it. You can't eliminate it. Nobody can eliminate it. William can't even eliminate it. I tell you, I'm going to pick on you all night. Nobody can eliminate it. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But this is what you could do. The moment you saw that happen, okay, the moment you saw that happen, you reanalyze your charts and you stick to your bias. You go back in that trade with no fear. That's my suggestion. I'm speaking to some of y'all right now. If you get stopped out of that trade, reanalyze the charts and you go back in with no fear. Now, some of you guys are gonna be like, okay, well, Jeff, I mean, I got stopped out. I don't want to get stopped out again. Okay, fine. I understand that. But let's look at something. Right? So let's say you got stopped out. Right? You know this thing's gotta drop. You know it's gotta drop. You know it's gotta drop. You're just telling yourself it's gotta drop. So check this out. The moment you saw it make this upper peak, this is where you got stopped out. Keep that in mind. You saw it make this upper peak. Check this out. I can't make this up. You saw it make that upper peak. Then you saw it. Let me put my sessions on. Let me put my sessions on. Okay. Now you get into a lot more technical stuff. But you saw it make this peak on November 5th, which was Tuesday. It made this peak on Tuesday. Understand the market makes a high of the day and low of the day. That's all I'm going to say. Understand it makes a high of the day and a low of the day. Don't believe me? Okay, look. This is the low of the day. This is the high of the day. This is the low high of the day. This is the low of the day. This is the low of the day. This is the high of the day. Right? Understand that. So here was the high of the day. Understand that. So what you could have done, I know, back that up. Right? Back that up. What you could have done was this. You could have saw this peak here. Okay? Saw that peak. The moment you saw another peak form, right? Which would have probably been this one, honestly. That's too small of a peak. You can't have a trend that's like a trend doesn't run like this. Okay, that's not a trend. You want to understand you need to get some deep retracement and pullbacks like that, okay? You know, and I'll talk about Fibonacci's in a second, but I'll talk about Fibonacci in a second. Understand that. Understand you have to have something look like that, not this baby stuff here, okay? So the moment you saw this pull back here, okay, you could have told yourself, man, peak, Jeff said peak, peak. All right, even if I clone this line, like Jeff said, okay, and I put it here, I don't know, whatever. You know, even if I clone this line, Jeff said my best entries is on this line. So what you could have did, you could have said to yourself, wait for the best entry. Come right back up to that same spot, and you could have sold. You may not have got the best entry up here, but, I mean, you were close. You were close. And you had a nice ride, a nice drop. That's what I would suggest. Any questions on that right there in particular? Any questions on that right there? What I just said, because it's still, regardless, it's the same stuff. I'm not gonna never switch my market structure. It's the same stuff. Even if you have to go down to a lower scale, we had to go all the way out to the 15-minute just to find that small trend there, but it was there. It's still there. It's still valid. Okay? It's still there. It's still valid. It's not going anywhere. Still going to be there. Okay? You're on the 5 minutes, it's going to be there. You're on the 1 minute, it's going to be there. It's there. You just have to be able to clearly identify it. Okay? So that's what you could have been expecting to happen. And you got multiple rejections there, even here and here off of a wick. I mean, that was a nice entry there. I mean, that's no drawdowns. Put your stop and then go back in, trade with no fear, do your safe stuff, stop switching stuff. Because a lot of you guys do that. You switch stuff every time you lose because you get upset about the trade and the trade goes in your favor. Don't switch it. Keep doing it. Don't switch it. Keep doing it. Right? Just keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again. I promise you, eventually, it's going to go in your favor. It has to. I'm telling you it has to. Believe in it. It has to. Okay? So since I said something about Fibonacci's, right? I don't use them that much, but we can talk about them. With Fibonacci's, right? I'm not gonna make this session too long, but let's not talk about Fibonacci's now. We'll get to it. Let's just get to the charts. We only own three. I don't know, a couple pairs so far, right? Some of you guys are like, man, I gotta go there. All right, whatever. Check this out. All right, so we'll talk about Fibonacci's another day. I'll get that next session. All right, so that's GBP pairs. You're a great big pound. There's your mirror image. You guys see it. Your great big pound is the opposite of GBP pairs. So if you expect GBP to drop, expect Euro Great Britain to rise. Okay, it's literally been on this thing here all day long. Okay, so it's expected to rise. That's my bias. I'm sticking to it. Off the daily, here's your trend line. You can follow me. This may potentially come down to here. It could potentially come down to here. It's fine. No big deal. But I'm still expecting the rise. The rise will come. The rise will come. Okay. UCAD. Somebody asked me about UCAD. Man, UCAD. All right. So UCAD, let's look at UCAD. UCAD, I'm looking at what I'm looking at with UCAD. The first thing I see when I come to my charts is this big M here. Okay. So that's the first thing I see. Now, understanding that I know now about mirror images, I know if this was a mirror image, what happened if this image has now been created, I know this image over here, what's over here on the right side, okay? So what's over here on the right side, I know a new image has to be created over here to make a new image. Understand that? That's the first thing I'm looking at, okay? That's just what I see. So understand that. Now, getting back to the textbook stuff, when we're looking at the trend, we can see for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days this has been in an upward market. It's safe to say this is on an uptrend. If we put it on the line chart, we can find some peaks here. We can start here, and we can just kind of just draw this right up here. It's not the best looking thing, right? It's not the best, but we could draw it up there. Okay? Oh, that's so ugly. That's so ugly. If it's ugly to you, you don't have to look at it. But whoever asks about UCAD, I'm not gonna do UCAD on that. I'm gonna go to a 4 hour. I can see this better. Sometimes you gotta do that. 4 hour looks a whole lot better. Let's do the peaks on the 4 hour. Yeah, these peaks look a lot better. Now, okay, here we go. 4 hour peaks. Peak here, peak here. Maybe I'll get a wick here. I don't know. Possibly, maybe. All right, so we did. No big deal. All right, but it's still valid. Clone that line, take it to the opposite end. All right, I'm going for these upper peaks. Peak here, maybe a wick here. Let's see if I can get a wick there. Hopefully I'll get a wick there. Okay, that's good enough. So I know that resistance is up here. I understand that. I know support is here. I understand that. Okay. So I also understand I'm inside. I'm now box price in. So my only expectation for the UCAT is to continue going up and possibly pull back down. But I eventually know this is gonna have to break out above here and head back up to here. I know that because I'm looking at a mirror image. See that? I'm looking at what happened here on the left side is being created over here on the right. Right? Now, that's what I'm looking for UCAT. Now understand, like I tell you guys all the time, if you're unsure about your bias, okay, it's nothing wrong with cheating. Right? You can cheat in the Forex market. You guys do it with indicators. You do it when you go to signals groups. You cheat. All right? You cheat. You're a bunch of cheaters. Okay? You're cheating. You're cheating your way to life, whatever. You're cheating your way to make some money. Here's what it is. So UCAT. So what I like to do personally, I like to go to, TradingView, go to UCAT, type it in. All right. On UCAT, I'm gonna go to my ideas right here. The panel says ideas. Okay. And I'm gonna go to the most recent ideas. Okay. And I'm gonna look for what other people are saying about UCAT. Okay. I want to see what other people are saying to see if my bias could be potentially right. This guy is expecting a long move. He put his chart in here. I don't really understand what the heck it says, but he's expecting a long. I know I'm expecting some type of long as well. Okay. Now, this is something interesting. These people are saying short. Okay, so they're saying potential short, but I want to see where they're saying short because I know based off my chart, I am looking for potential short. But where are they saying short? Are they saying short? Same spot I'm saying short? Well, yeah, they are. They're saying price. They're on a weekly chart, but they're saying price is going to pull up to here, right? I believe that's where I got my line. I think. Maybe. Let's see. On the weekly. They're on the weekly. Let me go to the weekly. Yeah. So they started here. And they're saying short off that line. Right there. This is the line they drew. This is the line they drew. I said I'm going to short potentially right there. So they're saying short. So I'm liking this. I'm saying, okay, if everybody else is saying what I'm saying, I must be right. This guy's saying short. Is he saying it's going to pull up first? Yes, he is. He said it's going to pull up in potential short. All right, so maybe next week. This guy's already throwing a signal out. They're all saying really short. So I don't know. Maybe potentially be looking for a short. It is what it is. Okay, so, potential short. That's UCAT. Understand? That's UCAT. That's my bias for UCAT. Which one are you looking? Which one, Miguel? They calling it. Are you talking about the short? So they're calling the short off the 4 hour. He's calling the short off the 4 hour here. This guy's calling the short off the weekly. I ain't with that program. This guy's calling the short off the 60-minute. Okay, it's interesting. Right? 4 hours, 60-minute. Potential short. Hour, 4 hour. This guy's saying daily. He said something on the daily. The big daily. I like that too. Potential pull up. I didn't even look at that on the daily. Is that true? Is that true out on the daily? I don't know. Let me see something. Hold on now. Let me put the line chart on there. On the daily, he probably started here, worked his way down here. It looked kind of nice too. Still, like I said, potential rise, potential short. Now, granted, if this hits here on the daily, yeah, you better be looking to short. Now that I box this in on the daily time frame and box this in like this, yeah, yep. I like the short. That looks a lot better. See, sometimes with these charts, guys, with market structure, you got to do a little bit more work. You know, you got to do a little bit more work. All right. So yeah, I mean, I like to short myself. So short, my bias, short. UJ. Guys, I drew this back way. Man, you wanna know something funny? You wanna know something funny, guys? Check this out. So, right, check out the 2 YouTube channels. That's why it's good to check them, right? Because still stuff is updated. But we saw UJ, same thing, all right? Price here, daily, resistance, daily, support. I remember telling you guys when we hopped on back in August. I remember telling you guys when price was down there. I said, expecting price to go back up here. I expect it to stay in this channel here. And this is price ain't done nothing but stayed in this channel the whole time. It's all it's done. Literally hasn't done anything else. Just stayed in this channel. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So obviously, price is here. I think I'll be shorting this. I think I'll short UJ. Shorter. It is what it is. Resistance, mega resistance, resistance on the daily. Short. It is what it is. Short. Okay. So if UJ is going down, gold must be going up. Just the tip. UJ going down, gold's going up. You Swissy, I'll get the gold in a second. But you Swissy, what are you? What are you, Swissy? All right. So now this on the daily looks interesting because I see all these wicks to the upside. Now understand here. Oh man, you guys can't see that. That's there. Let me shade her out. All right. Understand everything on Swissy, everything up here in this area, okay, is resistance. It is what it is. This is resistance, and everything down here is support. So call it consolidation, call it what you want. It is what it is. All right. So, I mean, guys, this is another great setup. Looks just like GJ, honestly. Like I called. I mean, nothing but resistance. Be careful when you get up here. You may get, market makers may try to do something dirty. They may try to do something dirty up here in this area. Okay. But what you could do, right? This is another method. All right. So go to the line chart here, right? You could potentially, if you want to bring it here, you can. That's fine. Yeah. If you want to bring it there, sharp move up, that's fine. Price has to move right, so it's gonna break that anyway. Or you could put this line here, which is a little bit more. You gotta wait a little bit longer, but regardless, whichever one you use, what you could do is, let me clone this line so you guys don't get confused too. Right? Let's just clone it about maybe somewhere here. Yeah, maybe like right here. Something like this. Maybe. I ain't on the line chart, so I can't really see it. Anyway. I like that. Anyway, let's just put this right here. So the same stuff. If you know you're approaching resistance, this has to drop. Let's just say this plays around in here a little bit. Does like GJ boom here. Okay, whatever. Understand this. Understand everything over here is like this is just buy zone, right? BZ. So everything over here is sell zone. So until you get an impulse correction, I'll be looking to sell like that. That's my bias. I'm looking for the sell. I know it's got to come, but I know it's got to break this trend line first. Right? That's a conservative method you could do. It's the same thing using the 3 rules: impulse, correction, continuation. But you can just wait for everything to line up over here on the sell zone. You know, I don't know if it's going to line up like this, but, you know, I don't know if it can do whatever it want to do. It could just break through here. But even if it breaks through here, you still break up a trend line. You know, wait for the impulse, correction, continuation. So that's kind of my bias for USEF. Euro, USD. You guys falling asleep? Am I boring you out? You guys still with me? Still with me? We got a couple more we're gonna get through. I promise you. I'll let you guys go. All right. So Euro USD. Let's look what I got. Honestly, I'm thinking short. No, I don't know. Let's look. Let's just remark it. Euro USD. This is just so weird. So weird. With the line chart, you got all these peaks up here. Crazy peaks. Let's take some, right? On it. Put it there. Okay, maybe we get some wicks all in here somewhere. Pretty valid. Short. Yeah. I was short it. Short it. Look at that. See that nice little M formation? Look at that. It's pretty. You gotta take advantage of stuff like that. Nice little M formation. You know, you got a nice little mirror image forming here. That M. Yeah. Keep shorting. So if you scale in on it, find the best entry. You may have to go to something like the 1 hour, 4 hour. Find the trend. You can obviously, you found the trend. The trend's down, obviously. Find the peaks. Peaks are in here somewhere like this. Okay. There's your peaks. Okay. I would wait for some type of pullback and short again. That's all I would say. Wait for a pullback, short again. Keep shorting. Keep shorting so you can't short no more. But you want to get the best entry, right? So short it at the best entry spot. You expect it to happen. I believe it will happen. I think you may, now right here in this area, okay, I think you may experience some turbulence. What I mean by that, I think you may end up seeing some consolidation like this or something, but I'll still be looking for the short. And I'm only saying consolidation because all this consolidation right here. The only reason I'm saying that, all this consolidation here. So I'm expecting maybe consolidation here. You see how I did that? You see how, based off of what happened in the past, I'm expecting the same thing to happen for the future. I'm expecting some consolidation. I don't know. Next week is Veterans Day, so USD pairs may get affected somehow. It may not move that much. I don't know. See how I'm putting those pieces to the puzzle together, right? Nobody really trades on holidays, so maybe we'll get some consolidation. I don't know, but still, I'm still looking to short it, right? Short it. Gold. Mark up gold. Gold, man, look at gold. Go. Right? Gold, line chart, peak. Too easy. If you show it to me, I'm gonna take it. Why not? Peak. Uh-oh, gotta make it accurate. Hold it. It's there. Peak here, potential peak there. Maybe I'll get some wicks here. Maybe a wick here. It's valid. This is still moving down. It still has, in my opinion, still has another almost 123 pips to the downside potentially before it decides the potential turnaround right here. And this is where you start looking at the support resistance here. Look, bounce. It hits here, bounce. It's gonna react here. I promise you, it's gonna react. So as of right now, keep shorting gold, but potentially look for the buy. Now gold moves, so you can get some nice pips off of this thing. Potentially look for the buy, look for some type of pattern with the downside, something. Don't just hop in the buy. Look for something. Confirmation, something. I don't know. If you got to look for impulse correction continuation, draw a trend line off this bad boy, and sit there and wait. Right? You know, the funniest thing somebody told me one time, funniest thing somebody ever told me was, they said, Jeff, I don't feel like waiting this long. I told him, I said, well, don't price got to move to the right side? So it's eventually going to happen. If price keeps moving to the right, I don't care how you look at it, eventually it's going to break this line. Even if it come all the way down here, it's still going to break it. And eventually it's going to be an impulse, and then it's going to correct itself, and then it's going to give you a continuation. So why not wait if you wait for the buy? I mean, it is what it is. You know? So, yeah. It's my bias for gold. Bitcoin, move a bit. Bitcoin still short. Same bias. Short it. You know, big old coming off a daily. This big old daily range here. You know, and see, I was looking for this. If this broke here, came back retest, I was going to buy it up, but it didn't. So as of right now, Bitcoin still short, and plus you have a nice mirror image in here, nice M formation here. Let me show you. Zoom in, take some of this stuff away. This is now invalid. We don't care about it. Doesn't make a difference. But look at this. That wick right there told you this is real now. A nice little M formation. Inside structure. Yeah. Yeah. You know? There. All right. Anything I missed? Did I miss anything, guys? Questions? I'm opening the chats up for questions. All right. Mic's not open. If you got questions, I think that's about it. If you got questions, let's get them answered. What can I help you? What can I help you on? William, did you get all this tonight? My first timers, did you get all this tonight? Is this making sense for my first timers? Right? It takes practice, but we got it. Okay, cool. How do you spot the mirror zones? So the mirror zones are, you just have to look at the charts. It's something your eyes just kind of really have to adjust to. But just know what happens on the left side happens on the right. So you're gonna get a mirror image. But you just gotta, your eyes just kind of gotta adjust to it a little bit. William says, I'm kind of confused about UCAD. All right, so William, if you can, unmute your mic and let's talk about UCAD. What are you confused about?
Hello.
What's going on?
Hey, good evening. Sorry, I just arrived at UK. I was on the flight back home. I was just going through this stuff with you on the UK, and I got to I was trying actually. This guy was asking for my passport, so I was trying to give my passport, and I didn't really follow the USCA. But generally, I really understand the support and the resistance and the lines you draw on it, how it bounced back, and I did make some massive loss on that today. But my basic problem is, you're talking about a little like the uptrend, the tiny little uptrends, yeah. That
Mm-hmm.
that sets us indicators and stuff. I happen to come across some of them today under the same UCAS, but I'm not finding it right now on your screen. But let me see. It's like, yeah. Try to, like, zoom in again, zoom in again. Now take it backwards. Yeah, somewhere around there, somewhere around the. That's too far. That's too. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Just stop there. If you go to, like, the first signal, that is the very tall little arrow that goes across the resistance, the very first arrow. Yes, that one. Then you come closer, you see the second. You see the second two. There are like two of them. This one's perfect. Okay, when I was buying, what day was that? That was about on the 1st of November also. I actually saw the both of them, like, literally. So I thought it was like it's gonna be like maybe a pushback, and it will go, it will kick itself towards the resistance. So I did put in for more purchase because I was expecting that it was gonna hit somewhere here. But by the time I came back from the shower, I realized that I'd gone far down. So I'm thinking, because it's kind of like there are 2 arrows right there. I'm just thinking maybe I don't really understand the concept of that indicator properly well. So you've been talking about it, and I've been listening to it, but I think I'm kind of a little bit confused about them, how it really proves himself as an indicator to let me know that I need to switch lane. I don't know if you get me.
All right. So are you saying? Let me see if I can make this out. Are you saying why, if you were looking for this, so you were looking for the sale, right?
Hmm.
Okay, but are you saying why your indicator didn't tell you it was gonna sell?
Yeah, because the very first indicator was, no, I was looking for a buy. Then the indicator indicated that it was going to be a sell. The blue one, the very long one, indicate that there was going to be a reversal somewhere there, and there was a reversal. But when it was going up, it was like a little bit, like half of it, and then it indicated a little tiny bit, and like the one below it, the little tiny one below it. No, no, on your left, the little green one, yes, the little green one indicated like it was something like that before it automatically changed to get a very long one. So when I saw it, I thought it was like a buy, so I bought,
Hmm.
and then by the time I know
Okay.
it, it was a sell.
So what I can tell you is, you see this wick?
Yeah.
That's your indication of sell. Take nothing but sells.
Okay.
What? All right. This is for everybody. The people that's still on. Understand those wicks are. Basically, those wicks are there to induce traders to take positions. Okay, that's what they
Mm.
do. So
Mm.
eventually, that wick, that was a one big green candle. If you go back in history, you look at it. That was one big long green candle, right? It sort of looked like something like right here, right here. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what that is, that's inducing traders to take a position going long. Okay. So that you may
Mm.
have seen this whole green candle go long. All right.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Reason this wick is so longer and it's not as long as over here. What's happening is those traders, the madness behind it, right? And this is where just research and things like that comes into play. But
Okay.
the madness behind that is because those traders that hopped in those positions for, right, it's like psychology stuff. Well, let's say those traders hopped in for a buy right here, right? They
Mm-hmm.
hopped in for a buy.
Mm-hmm.
They what the market makers did, they uh they took that money away. Okay, so they they filled the orders. Is what I want to say, right? So
Uh-huh.
let's just say there was a whole bunch of bank orders sitting in here, pending orders sitting in here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and it just wicked it, grabbed all the bank orders and filled them quick. And so they pulled the market away, right?
Yeah.
That right there, this is why I talk about fear again, guys. That right there is to tell you, hey, you know, that if you hop in the buy, it's gonna automatically, you know, you're gonna be kind of fearful that this trade just automatically didn't go in your direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what they do is they come back, okay, because they know how we retail traders think, right? This is very
Yeah.
important. Listen to this, guys. They know how you think. The market makers know how you think.
Mm-hmm.
And chances are, if you didn't have a stop loss in place, right? If you didn't have
Mm-hmm.
a stop loss, what the market makers know, they know they're gonna they this is what they say. They're like, well, let me back up. As a retail trader, if you got fear all in your mind, all you care about is getting out of the trade, right? So the market makers know that. They like to play with you. So they pull the market up just enough, because in your mind as a retail trader, you're thinking to yourself, man, if I could just close this trade with just one pip profit, I'll just close it out, you know. I just want to close it out, just one pip profit. So they do this because they know fear is on your mind, and chances are, if fear is on your mind, you're not thinking right, and you know you're not gonna close the trade out, even if the trade came 0.5 pips to your entry. You're not gonna close it out. Let's just be real. That's just how you retail traders think. So they bring the market back up to give you a second bypass, which is exactly what happened here, and then they take it away from you completely.
That's exactly what happened to me.
I mean that's just the market maker madness, right? That's honestly why I call my group the Market Maker Madness group. You know,
Yeah.
that's the market makers madness. That's what they do. And guys, you need to understand stuff like that. That's why your M formations happen. That's why your W formations happen. That's why I always talk about M formations, W formations, because those are the two main formations you guys are going to see in the forex market. You're going to see M's and W's everywhere. They're just going to be everywhere. I hate to say it. It's the same thing that happened right here with this small W. Think about it. Look, this small W right here, they came right back, you know, thinking that you guys or whoever was down here trapped, was traders that was trapped down here, and they just completely took it away from you because they know you guys probably don't want to put in a stop loss and you want to keep all your money and yada 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 yada. You know, hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Any other questions, guys? When I was in medical school, I asked the surgeon, aren't you afraid of cutting somebody deep? He said, not as much anymore, but it sucked all of the times I did. Moral of the story is you have to start somewhere, and it won't be perfect at first or ever. You'll just really, really get good at it. But you have to keep going and get better. Exactly. You guys just have to, like Miguel said, you have to keep learning. You know, you have to keep learning. You have to keep learning. You know, this is a lot of. I understand, guys. This is a lot of knowledge that I'm cramming inside your head, and you know, really 2 hours that we've been on this call. I don't like to do training sessions that long, but sometimes you guys need to get it. You know, but if you hear it over and over and over again, and we keep adding stuff to it, you eventually start to put the pieces to the puzzle together, and you'll start to see to yourself, man, uh, this is easy. That's what you'll start to say. It's easy. That's what Forex is really easy. I don't know how to explain it any easier than boxing price in, and you're buying when you see it at a spot that it bought last time, and you sell them when you see it at a spot it sold the last time. It can't get any easier than that. All right. Any other questions? Please speak now or forever hold your peace. All right, cool. Cool. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the session tonight. Hopefully you expect something to happen next week. You can make some money, take advantage of the market. It's there. I thank you guys all for hopping on. This is Jeff Kirkland, also known as Mr. Invest with Jay, Jeff Money Making Kirkland, and I will see you guys later.